You can make a decent income and still feel like money is tight. Not occasionally, but all the time. That's what makes it confusing because from the outside, everything looks fine. You have an income, you're paying your bills, nothing is completely falling apart, and yet it still feels like there's no room. Like everything is just barely working, and the reason for that usually isn't one big expense, it's the structure of everything combined, your fixed costs, your regular spending, the things that repeat every month. Because once those are set, they don't really move. They become your baseline. And if that baseline is high, everything else feels tight. Even if you're managing it well, even if nothing is out of control. Because when most of your income is already committed, you don't feel flexibility. You feel that pressure. And that pressure shows up in small ways. You hesitate before spending. You think twice about normal things. You feel like there's no margin for mistakes. And over time, that becomes your normal, even if technically you're doing okay. And I think that's where people will get frustrated because they're not expecting perfection. They just want things to feel manageable. But manageable doesn't come from income alone. It comes from how much space you have after everything is covered. And for most people that space is really small. So the goal isn't just to fix one thing, it's to understand structure, to recognize that tightness is often built into the system, not something you're doing wrong day to day. Because once you see that, you stop chasing small fixes and you start focusing on what actually changes the feeling, creating space, even a little bit of space. Because even a small increase in space reduces pressure. You don't need a massive difference, you just need enough to stop feeling like everything is right on the edge. And that can come from different places. Sometimes it's spending, sometimes it's income, sometimes it's just being more intentional. But the goal is the same, create that gap, because the gap is what changes how money feels. It's what turns tight into manageable. And once things feel manageable again, everything else becomes easier. You make better decisions. You feel less stressed. You feel more in control. And that's really what people are looking for. Not the perfection, just a little more space, because that's what makes money feel different.